KVJ After the Show podcast.
Kevin's eyes look insane, but he's got new hair. Virginia is a witch, and she farts in her chair. Jason is a spaz who's got an old man's ass. Welcome to the After the Show podcast.
Alrighty, hello and welcome to the KVJ After the Show podcast. Lovely to see everybody here today.
Yeah, we even got Caitlin in the studio.
Yeah.
Yay.
Mm-hmm. She's over here hanging out as well. Always good to see her.
Working for us for free.
Yeah, making great videos. Thank you, Caitlin.
Yeah, she's doing some great stuff. She's definitely helped us level up. So greatly appreciate it. In fact, things are pretty much cranking right now. The KVJ Show YouTube channel, if you want to watch the regular show without the music and commercials, pretty much the entire show is there. Somebody asked me, is it the entire show? Sometimes we do have to edit a few things because of trademark issues, so we can play certain things on the radio. You just can't then put them on podcasts and on YouTube because it's separate licensing, which is kind of odd. So we buy the rights to be able to play it on the radio, but then you have to pay a separate licensing fee to be able to play it on digital.
It's kind of expensive, I think, if you want to play it
I think
on
it's
your...
even more expensive than what we pay for the rights to play it on the radio.
Because I've heard people talk about it. They go, we can't afford to play music because it's so much money. I think you're able to do it, but you do have to pay.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, pretty crazy. Well, yesterday you'll be able to find that by seeing the photo of Jbird and I wearing each other's outfits. We lost Do It Bitch, so we had to swap outfits, and what a great day for it. Jbird was wearing his overalls and his country motif, and I got an email here from Alice, and she said, in the clothing swap thing yesterday, I think Kevin kind of looks like Jim Carrey from Dumb and Dumber, where he was sitting at the bar, and he's in kind of that Western wear.
You do.
Very similar, yeah. I have to look at it side by side.
Maybe I'm crazy. I thought you looked good as a cowboy.
Ah, yeah. That's it, too. Yeah, I loved it. Yeah, it was a beautiful thing. A couple other emails that we got here. We got Veronica saying, hey, I was listening half live, half recapping what I missed today when you're talking about malls, but just 2 licks outside of the city in Jersey, there's the American Dream Mall. It's an indoor mall with real mall-like shops, but it also has an amusement park, a water park, and a ski park.
Wow.
They had the horrid misfortune of having their grand opening in February 2020, just a few weeks before NYC became the American epicenter of COVID.
Oh, damn. What unfortunate timing.
That's bad luck.
Damn.
They said we visited and were probably subsequently super spreaders that February, and it really was so cool. Not everything was fully open yet, only the mall and the amusement park, but there's a whole Nickelodeon section, and we got to go through a real Legends of the Hidden Temple obstacle course, and it made all my millennial dreams come true.
Huh.
They have obviously since bounced back and are super successful, so yeah, making the mall an experience is really a smart idea. And I know, talking about that, they had a mall that was going to go up on the Dade-Broward line right there. I think it was off the turnpike. And I don't know what happened with that. It was supposed to have that like a ski slope and indoor amusement park.
I do remember you talking about that.
I think it was the creators of the Mall of America that were behind the project. And then I don't know what happened to it. It just, I guess, kind of died out.
Did they get slapped by COVID too?
I don't know. Could have been.
Bring back the Orange Julius.
Oh.
I felt like that was an old school mall kind of item.
Those were so good. There are some Orange Julius stores back. I've seen them.
Is that a store or is that a type of drink?
It's both.
Okay.
But there was like a small store in the food court, right?
Yeah, that's a typical one.
Yeah, back in the day, for sure.
Yeah, back in the day.
Yeah, I really think that, we're looking at different eras of malls. When we're done with it, you and I will be talking about 80s, 90s era malls. You'll have what they had in the 2000s. You'll have the great decline. And then I think is the great rebound. That's basically what we were talking about yesterday with them trying to make these experiences. And Dick's Sporting Goods, what a smart thing. They are opening up 2 to 3 story Dick's Sporting Goods stores. That is a recreational park that people can go to and then also buy sporting goods stuff while you're there.
It's brilliant.
Yeah, makes a lot of sense. Yesterday, we were also talking about the rule that Target now has, the 10-4 rule about when to engage with customers. Within 10 feet, you need to at least smile. Within 4, you need to speak. And Drew was saying, yeah, I just want to give my 2 cents on that. The 10-4 customer service. Publix has been doing this for years. Theirs was the 10-10-10, which meant 10 feet, 10 second, 10 customers. We had to acknowledge a customer within 10 seconds or they come within 10 feet of us. We also were told to learn 10 customers' names. They also used to have secret shoppers that would come in and grade us on our customer service.
I don't like that shit. I don't like being tricked.
This is when Publix had some of the best customer service. Then COVID hit, and Publix has gotten rid of most of those policies, or they're not enforced, and the customer service has definitely gone down. They've completely dropped the secret shoppers program, at least here in South Florida, with their prices at an all-time high and their profits also. Publix has gotten away from what got them to where they are. Keep up the good work, guys. Drew and Jupiter.
Wow.
I'm not sure because I love me some Publix, but I've seen it where Publix used to be so friendly. It's not like that anymore. Not like it used to be. Something changed.
The prices are crazy too. I mean, they really are. You got to get BOGO or you just can't afford it.
Yeah. It really has. It's gotten absolutely crazy.
That's when you go to Walmart to get your ketchup, and I don't like going to Walmart either because you can never find a customer.
You just know as soon as you walk in Walmart, you're on your own, baby. If you can't find it, you ain't getting it.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think that's why you're seeing a boom. Aldi's and places like that typically have better prices, even Trader Joe's to some extent.
Yeah, Aldi's, I think, has the best prices in the game.
Okay.
Is that the one you got to bring your own bag or something?
Yep. Bring your own bags. You got to put a quarter in the shopping cart to get it.
That stresses me out.
There's a hack, though. You know how you do it? You turn around your house key. You know how the top of your house key is kind of rounded like a quarter, and you can shove your house key in there, and it like fits perfect. You don't need to have a quarter. That's your hack of the day, kids.
That's your steal.
You're stealing. Well, you're not stealing it. You're just, I don't know. I don't want to put a quarter in there. I know I'm going to get it back afterwards, but I never have a freaking quarter on me anyway.
Who has a quarter on them?
Not me.
I don't remember the last time I had a quarter on me.
Mm-hmm. Now, I got an email here from Candace, and she said the mentalist is not a magician. She said there's a couple movies here that are relevant to some recent conversations. One is Nightmare Alley with Bradley Cooper, where he goes from a carny to a successful mentalist. Set in 1940, so you may not love it, but it's extremely interesting. Now, yesterday, we were talking a little bit about psychics, and I kind of got into the intuition game and said, I've seen this guy. Oz Pearlman is his name. He goes to a lot of locker rooms and talks to a lot of different football teams and does all this kind of stuff that people are like, wowed and like, what the heck is going on? And, discussion, are other people in on the act? And I was just saying, if they are, they're really good actors because they look like they're completely blown away. Anybody I've ever seen with this guy, they're just stunned. And all of a sudden, his name was just popping up all over the place. And then I saw him on with Tom Lamas today on NBC News.
Lamas?
Yeah. Tom Lamas. He's the new dude at NBC. Yeah,
the llama is the king now.
Yeah, he's like the dude. Tom Lamas is the guy now, and he's a Miami boy. He's Cuban. So, yeah, he's running the game now.
Look at that.
Yeah, so he did an interview, ironically, with this guy, Oz Pearlman, yesterday. And the thing that I was saying, I'm like, I've watched Oz do this a little bit. And he'll even tell you, he's like, look, I just read people. That's all I do. But how he does it is absolutely, it's stunning. And I didn't have any great examples yesterday, but here he was, part of the interview that he had with Tom Lamas about the ideal person he would want to interview. And listen to him using intuition to try to figure out who that is. I still don't know how he came to this answer, but here he was with Tom Lamas on the news this morning.
Think of the number one person you'd love to interview.
Okay.
Can you see it in your mind?
Yeah.
Bam, you just thought of this person.
Just thought it, yeah.
Right when we shake hands.
Yeah.
Imagine I could turn into that person.
Okay.
You ready?
Yeah.
Pull out your hand. And right at this last moment, right now, you ready?
Yeah.
You change your mind. This makes it spontaneous. Don't go with that first person.
Okay.
Change your mind.
Okay.
Next person,
Okay.
Bob Marley is who you just thought of when you change your mind, isn't it?
Oh my. I can't. I'm trying to think if I've ever said that anywhere. That is crazy. I cannot believe you. I don't know what to say.
The gold standard. He changed his mind at the last moment.
Huh. That's wild.
This is, I mean, anybody that he interacts with, he absolutely blows. Like, they can't believe what's going on because they're trying to, in a sense, trick him as well. Because, like,
right.
okay, I'm
Let
not going
me
to
think
be
of somebody
predictable.
obscure who's not an easy, like everybody says the Pope or Jesus.
Yeah. And he goes with Bob Marley, and Tom Lamas is like, wow.
Wow.
That's crazy. And then I also saw a clip of him. He was on with Howard Stern December of last year and was kind of doing a reading on that. And they talked about, I think it was Valerie Bertinelli had been on there. And she had said a word to Howard. And she's like, I'm never going to say this. And Howard's like, look, take it to your grave. And he's like, yeah, I won't talk about it either. I think is kind of what the context was. But they get to that. But he had Sal and Baba Booey, Gary, two of his producers were there. And he was talking to them about a word that they had. And you can hear a little bit about his process and how this works. Here is Oz, the mentalist.
I wrote the word down and I put it in a sealed envelope.
Here's what we do, Howard. Valerie's word, I want you to count how many letters in that word to yourself. Count how many letters are in Valerie's word. 5 letters, isn't it, Sal?
Wow, yes.
Yeah. Your word is 5 letters too, isn't it, Howard? Look at that. I don't even have to say. It is, isn't it? That was luck, right? That wasn't even on purpose. I was watching you.
I just got the chills. I just got the chills. Dude,
Yeah.
I got the chills too. I mean,
Here's what I want
my
you to do.
fake hair is standing up on my head.
Sal, mix up the letters in your word and imagine, Sal, you just stop. Sal, have you told me anything about this word? I want to be 100% clear. Could anybody but Gary have any idea what this word is?
No.
I have no idea what this word is.
You know the first
I
letter.
know a letter.
Think of a letter in the word, Sal. Don't tell it to me. Think of it.
Okay.
Now, I think the letter you thought of, I'll be damned. There's more than one of that letter in the word, isn't there?
I got to get out of here, dude.
2 L's. Hello. Hello. Open up the envelope. Does it say hello in there?
The word with 2 L's, 5 letters is
Hello.
hello.
Wow. Let me see the sheet.
Wow.
What the hell are you doing?
I mean, you hear how he works it, and he'll have them write it down ahead of time to just kind of prove, be like, there's no other way. How would you rig that? To have the word hello then pop up in that envelope.
That's crazy.
Either everybody would have to be all involved with it, but I'm sitting there trying to listen to his process and how this guy's doing it. And he does it so fast. It's in the moment. And then when he rigs the stuff, that's what's pretty crazy. In fact, he did one. He was on like CNBC, and he had a guy, and he said, all right, think about this CEO of a company. And the guy said a CEO, and it was not the word that Oz had said. And he's like, oh, man, it looked like he finally blew it. And you're like, oh, you got this guy. And he's like, that's the CEO of Campbell's Soup, right? And then all of a sudden, Oz, with his papers, a can of Campbell's Soup dropped out. And he's like, I know it. And I was like, so it is almost like part magic, because I don't know where the can of soup came from.
Like what? How do you do sleight of hand with a can of soup?
I don't know either. So he's almost like part mentalist, part magician, but that's kind of what he does. He'll ask you questions, and then he kind of works through things, I guess, through some process of elimination.
Was he on Rogan recently?
He might have been. He's been everywhere. And like I said, if you just do...
He's selling that book.
Yeah, he's doing the tour.
They got Kevin's $29.99.
Absolutely. No, he did. He did. Well, because honestly, I mean, what a great skill.
Yeah.
If you have that and you are watching people, and he watches your eyes, and then you notice how he always asks you to think of it. And then
he sees where your eyes go.
Yes.
And then he can tell like how many letters are in a word.
Yeah, he's even said that.
He watches you count it out.
The other thing that he'd done with Tom Lamas was he's like, okay, you played on a Little League baseball team, right? He's like, okay, the nickname of the team, how many words were in it? Or he said, I want you to think of how many words were in it. And then he worked out through the process, and he said, I could see your eyes. You put more emphasis on the second and third word, and the first word wasn't important to you because your eye never went to the first line. And It was, the name of the team was the French Connection. And he had written down, and he showed the audience, he wrote down the French Connection. Like, that's not even a baseball team. And he's like, it was named after a restaurant in Miami.
Wow.
Think of one animal right now, Kevin.
Okay.
And now change that answer right now to... I can't see it. It's a fucking pen ad.
Here. Thank you. I'm like, what are you doing?
You have your animal?
I've gone from you. Had me go from one. I'm going to the second one.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm writing it down right now. And you were thinking of zebra.
Nope, horse.
I was going to say tiger.
So I'm not a mentalist. I'm just mental.
Yes. Yeah, so it's pretty interesting to see what he does. I still don't know if it's part magic, because like I said, he does a little bit of the sleight of hand with the can of soup, and I've told you about other times where the word will be written in someone's shoe, and they didn't even know how it got in there. Like, that word went in there when I put on my shoe. Like, how'd that get in there?
Bizarre.
Yes, and how I saw the other one where he had the word written on somebody's head, and he had to take out a blue light to read it. And he's like, how did you write that on? Like, no one wrote on my... So I don't know what the hell this guy's doing.
That's trippy.
And most people say the same thing, like going, you have to be a warlock, or you're a demon?
Are you the devil?
Are you a demon?
Are you a demon? Like, what are you doing?
Damn, you just bought the demon's book.
I did, because I want to be like the demon. I want to know how to do that. That's insane. I mean, think of all the practical applications you could have if, in a sense, you can read people's minds.
So does he give you the secrets in this book?
I don't know. I'll have to tell you after I get it.
He can't do. He's got to he's breadcrumbing you.
Yeah, I don't know if he would give up. And look, he may give you 30% of what he knows and hold on to 70, because, yeah, you're not going to give everybody the entire act, because this is what he does.
I obviously need to brush up on my skills.
Yeah, all of us could. I mean, really, at the core, it's people skills.
Well, I was just saying I got zebra wrong.
Yeah. Kevin. The other thing that I did pick up, one thing that he did do, it sounds like he does do extensive research on the people that he's interviewing.
So he would know that Tom Lamas played on a a little league team called the French Connection.
Yeah, and who knows? Well, what you're going to get, are you going to be able to find everything from every little league team that he played on? Is he going to be able to remember all that stuff? No, probably not, but you might get enough context clues about somebody that assists you greatly. Like I said, I'm just amazed at how fast he moves, and I haven't seen him miss. Even when he set up that miss, he set that up to come back and be like, oh, I meant this, and then drops a Campbell soup can. You're like, what the? You thought finally he blew it, but he didn't. So
tell you what, I'm definitely in the mood for soup now.
Yeah.
You've been in the mood for soup.
That's true.
It's quite well. The weather's getting colder.
This is soupy weather. I made gumbo last night because of this weather. Oh, it's so nice.
How many aquatic eyes are in that gumbo?
So much. I got the shrimps. I got the crab. I got the crawfish.
All of it, huh?
So many seafood.
When you have shrimp, do you de-poop them?
I do.
And do you find that there's a lot of poop usually in them?
Yeah.
It's just the way it
Shrimp
goes.
poop.
It's the way it goes.
We all poop.
We all poop. If you stop pooping, then it means you're going to die like Elvis.
I mean, did that really happen? Can we get the mentalist in here for that? I'd like to know what really happened to Elvis. Did he die taking a dump?
Yeah, this guy doesn't do any of that. It's everything he does is about getting little names out of you, and you're not going to get the life secrets out of him. You're not going to get the numbers they're going to hit for the Mega Millions. He's not psychic. He's just a guy that, in a sense, he reads your body language to try to detect what you're thinking. And I think that tactic, he asks everybody about how many letters are in it. And he must be watching your eye, and he sees how long you pause.
Right. He counts the pause and knows how many letters fit in that time.
Well, he got Tom Lamas on that. I only played a fraction of what he did. But Tom Lamas quickly had said, he's like, okay, you got it? He's like, yep. He's like, it's a short name because you had it quick. Otherwise, you would be counting 4, 5, 6. So he knew already. He's like, it's got 3 letters, right?
Go in there ahead of time with a long one, but already know how many letters are in it.
Okay.
What the fuck? What?
Say that again, because I didn't get that.
Go in there with a long name in your head, but you've already counted the letters, and so you can tell him 12.
The other part about it is he's playing a home game. That's the other part of it, too. He puts you in these areas. He'll be like, did you ever play like Little League Baseball or something like that? I think something he knows an answer to. And then, so he does control that. I've noticed that's another part of it, trying to figure out what his act is.
Because he's already done the research. He knows you've played Little League.
I think he's patting his hand.
Yeah.
It's part of it. Yeah, so it is an act. It's a skill that he's developed, but I think there's a way that you could learn it and hack it. He's just the best in the world at it.
We can all do research on people.
Well, especially now.
Look at anybody's social media if they've got it, and you can figure out a lot about a person by what they post.
It's smart. I tell somebody, like, for instance, now it's a competitive job market, or you want a certain job. You know everything about the guy that makes a decision as to whether or not you're going to get this job. And if you have a moment have something where you can go in there and connect with them. I've had that where I've just talked to somebody and I'm like, wow, what a great conversationalist. And I feel so impressed by that person. But you know what? If they knew and they took me down a path knowing I could talk forever about this subject, lead them into it and they will walk away
happy.
And they'll look at you. Yeah, there's even techniques with that about when you compliment somebody or if you're interested or if you talk something with intelligence that they care about, they will walk away thinking you're the best person ever.
Panda used this recently. He had gone down south to one of those conventions with the sports people, and he knew ahead of time that Jim Kelly, the former Buffalo Bill player, loves a firm handshake. So Panda worked with Rocco on his handshake. He wanted Rocco's handshake to be really strong and impressive. Yeah. So he worked with him on it and told him, make sure when you shake his hand, you shake it really good and hard. And sure enough, when they went up there and Rocco shook Jim Kelly's hand, Jim Kelly was like, oh, you got a great handshake, kid. And he like patted his head.
He liked it more,
gave him a hug and wanted to talk to him some more because that was Jim Kelly's hot button, that handshake.
You know, there's a couple lessons to get from this. And one is do your research.
Yes.
And then two, pay attention.
Yes.
Lock into somebody's body language because they'll tell you everything you want to know.
It's true.
Yeah, I think those are two lessons. I think there's a lot more there that hopefully I'll get out of that. I'll share what I get.
If you would have given me one more day, I would have guessed horse.
Yes.
One more day, 12 more guesses.
If I would have had 25 more answers, I would have got there. And Candace had said the other movie to check out, Eternity. This came up right around the time that you had the email about the woman whose current husband wanted her buried next to him, but she wanted to be buried next to her prior deceased husband. It's about a woman who dies and in heaven has to decide whether she wants to spend eternity with her first love or longtime husband.
Oh, damn.
So eternity.
Someone's going to be sad.
Yeah, that don't sound like heaven to me. That actually sounds like hell.
Yeah.
Now they're going to be fighting.
Yeah, that sounds miserable. That is not what I want in the afterlife.
I don't think it's going to be that way. I don't know how it's going to be, but yeah, it'll be interesting. I think a lot of our relationships we have on Earth and the way we define it will probably melt away.
I don't think you take your earthly jealousy.
Well, then, that's not heaven.
I think you're just like, everybody's like happy up here.
Yeah, that means you're a pissed off ghost.
Yeah. Not fun. And Charlene, she sent an email. She said, I just want to comment about the Sydney Sweeney movie called Christy. I saw it today, and I thought her acting was fantastic.
Okay.
She looked totally different, and I really enjoyed it. I also go on to Tuesdays at Sinopolis because it is half price.
Oh, half price is amazing.
Yeah, that's a good idea. You know what? There are a couple stories are out today that I think is lending itself as to what is going on with Sydney Sweeney. Is fair or not, and I don't know. She has been labeled Republican right-winger, and that's a really tough spot to be in Hollywood. Two stories, one from Ruby Rose, who is blaming Sydney Sweeney for the disappointing box office performance of Christy, where Sydney Sweeney is playing the boxer Christy Martin. Rose claims she was originally attached to the project and says the film was incredible in its original script form, one she says many queer actors were tied to. But she said none of the people want to see someone who hates them parading around pretending to be us. So apparently there's some kind of feel that maybe Sydney Sweeney is not a fan of the LGBTQ community. I don't know if that's fair or not. This is the implications and what's implied by Ruby Rose's comment.
Interesting.
And apparently there's a salty war going on between Sydney Sweeney and Zendaya. They both do Euphoria, and they're having to go out and publicize and promote the show. And apparently there's a bitter feud over their opposing political views. And a source is saying that Zendaya won't even promote the show with her. And they're having a problem saying, please, will you do this? And she's like, I will not be on any set with Sydney Sweeney.
Wow.
It's kind of like the whole Snow White thing when they were doing the press junket with Gal Gadot, and I always forget the other girl's name, who is weird. What's her name? The one that played Snow White. That was all content.
Is it Rachel something?
Yes.
Zegler. Thank
Yes,
you.
Ziegler.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you could just tell on the press junket they wanted to strangle each other.
That's got to be hard because, I mean, you're going to tank your movie if you don't get out there and do the work.
Yeah, no, exactly. And look, honestly, I think some of these directors are having an issue with that. In fact, around one of the movies, I can't remember which one it was, but the kid was talking about his dad was the producer, and his dad flew to Europe and said, cut your shit.
Yeah.
Like,
don't cut your nose off to spite your face,
Right.
dumbass. You're going to mess up this premiere and you're going to mess up this publicity for this movie. Less people will see it, and therefore you will get hired less in the future, dumbass.
And it was the same thing. I think it was a political disagreement. And he said, this crap has to stop. Like, you don't get to bring in your political bias. He said, you're a professional. We have paid you to make this movie and promote this movie. Act like a damn professional and do your job. I don't give a shit if you're Republican or Democrat. We're here to make money, and this is got to stop. This is childish and unprofessional.
You're an actor. Act like you like each other.
And think about it too. It could fuck over other people.
Yes.
You know, you're if the movie tanks because people are annoyed with whatever was going on, you're fucking over the entire crew.
You're right.
Yeah, I would be the same way. I'd be like, in your own free time, you can have all the, you can not talk to them, you can not do this, but no, when you have been paid, which you have to do this is part of your job. You don't get to bring your own little biases in here and your hurt ass little bitch ass feelings. Get out there and promote my damn movie.
Amen.
So it sounds like that might be what's going on. I don't know. 2 stories hit on it today, though, so we'll keep an eye on it. I have not heard anything until then.
Is Kevin out dirting the day over Virginia right now?
I did see those stories. I agree with you. I think they get your bitch ass on the red carpet.
Yeah. Yeah.
Stop it. No one cares.
Yes.
Either side, whatever side you're on, no one cares.
No.
Act, do the movie, and shut the fuck up.
Yeah, that'd be it.
I think you even saw, I think you brought up the other day, Jennifer Lawrence. You could tell she's going, maybe I shouldn't be talking about my politics.
Maybe, and you get that with age. You get wisdom, and you realize, oh, I was dumb when I was in my 20s.
Yeah, look, and you can make your choice, whatever you want to do. Some people want to do it, and just realize that it's about a 50-50 sum game, and it's not doing anybody any good to speak out one way or the other on this.
Yeah, I mean, you can say whatever you want to say. That's not what I'm saying, but just know and ask yourself, is that a great strategy for the program?
Yeah. Right. That's kind of what I thought. Now, Woody Harrelson, I guess he don't care.
He don't give a shit.
He don't
At
give a
this
shit.
point.
Yeah, but he said something where you could see his co-stars promoting. She wanted to back away. And she's like, don't. She didn't even want to be in the same shot. She's like, no, because they're going to show this. And I'm going to be sitting right next to you. I can be like, get me out of here. Here's what he had to say.
I used to dream about being a Secret Service agent, but then that passed when I realized the character that I liked on television was actually an actor playing a Secret Service.
Okay.
But luckily, I didn't become a Secret Service agent. I'd be having to protect Donald Trump right now, and that just wouldn't sit well.
No, you would have a very big job right now to do.
Yeah, I'd be wanting to slip him some cyanide instead of jumping in front of a bullet. I shouldn't say these things.
Should not be saying these
Okay,
things.
well, I guess, well, there it's out there. It's out
That's what his co-star was like, talking about poisoning the president. I think I'm going to get out of this shot. Yeah.
Thanks, dude.
Woody, put the joint down.
Nope,
I remember he said he wasn't smoking weed anymore, but he sounds stoned as fuck.
He sounds stoned AF.
Yeah, who knows? Who knows?
Dude.
Yep. Jeremy said here, I was wondering if Virginia finally watched Amityville Horror because I got that $100 donation to Little Smiles waiting to go.
Oh, shit.
I did not.
No, you did not. You're so over Halloween, probably.
I'll watch it. I swear. I just got to find a few minutes.
Well, there's a difference between a Halloween movie and a horror movie. And that one, it's a horror movie. So, I mean, you could watch that on Christmas and be cool.
All right, let me see if Rocco will watch it with me.
Nothing says Christmas like the Amityville Horror.
See if Rocco will watch it with me. What do you prefer, the movies that are kind of the slasher flicks that make you jump, or the ones that are almost based on real life hauntings? It's not about, we're not going to go, bah! and jump out at you. It's just like, okay, this is kind of a real life based story that's kind of horrifying.
If the slasher one's done the right way, and I think they have to have a little bit of campiness to them that make them kind of a slasher film.
Yep.
The other ones, I like the ones where they make you think a bit. The ghost ones seem to make you think a little bit more than your, Jason jumping out with a machete.
I don't mind those. Those I think are really fascinating. It's almost like a documentary. Those I love seeing. I do not like being scared. Like, I'm not a fan of it. In fact, the queen, she was moving some furniture around from like the upper level, and I'm sitting at the lower level. I'm doing some work and ready for work, and I'm just all into it. She took this couch and threw it over the railing, and it sounded like a gun went off. Kabam! Easily took 10 years off my life. I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, I don't know if I'm going to be okay.
I am the easiest person to scare, and I give
it was terrible.
Biggest reaction. Virginia,
I still don't feel good.
Virginia scared the shit out of me so many times. Remember that one time she had Magnolia hide in your closet with a mask on?
Oh my gosh, same thing.
It looked horrifying.
I feel like it changes your body chemistry. I feel myself aging.
Well, we did a whole month of Scare Month where we all tried to scare each other. I got under Kevin's car and waited there for like an hour for him to come out and go to work.
You did the best job on the scare week.
She did, yeah.
I saw one of the ones I did where I followed Kevin to the gym. My shit was so weak. First of all, the camera's not even set up. You just see part of my head.
I'm walking out like, hey, bird.
Yeah,
hey, what's going on?
He wasn't even scared. You just see Kevin's ankles.
And Cassie sent this in. She said, in the spirit of Veterans Day, I just wanted to let people know about my husband. His first day of boot camp in the Navy was 9/11/2001.
Oh, my goodness.
He started his service to our country on one of our worst days as a nation. He did 2 combat tours during wartime. I try to express my appreciation for his time served, but the PTSD has warped his ability to acknowledge any positive recognition about his service.
Aww.
I know KVJ Nation will help me try to let my husband of 23 years know that his life is appreciated. Absolutely. And gosh, that is just something that you just can't even, the PTSD and the mental scars that they come back with, carrying that, being apart from your family, the fact that good chance you may die doing this job. It's just unbelievable. It really is.
Yeah, my Lyft driver yesterday was a veteran, and he was telling me all the deals that they were going around for, and he was telling me
they deserve free stuff everywhere.
Yeah, he was telling me some deals that had strip clubs.
Okay.
All right, hey, whatever.
Look,
honestly.
If that's what you want, that's what you deserve.
You want a lap dance? We'll give you a lap dance.
Get them titties.
Get them titties.
Yeah, that's great. And Ryan in Lake Worth Beach said, can you please tell everybody there is a major food drive happening today that is going on at the Green Acres City Hall until noon. I unfortunately only got 1 hour, but from when we're talking right now, it's on Malaluka Lane. But he said this is a huge deal for the Western Lake Worth and Green Acres area because the affordable food situation is very bad, especially for people without cars, since this area is, quote, a food desert if you don't have access to a car. And I noticed that. That's that kind of no man's land I've always talked about. You know, for me, when I'm there, I'm like going, oh, there's not a lot of bars around here. But, you know, it is. It's the food desert thing is legit. And honestly, if we want to do something to really try to make America a better place, it'd be identifying these places and get quality grocery stores. And I know it's a profitability thing and we don't go there because blah, blah, blah. But, you know, it really is something to address and say that, you know, to be a country like America is, to say within a certain length and distance, you should be able to find a quality grocery store to get quality food. And that's just not the case in many places.
It's a nice little thing to remember right now where there's so much food insecurity. If you have food and you're lucky enough to have a food in a full pantry, donate a little bit right now. Put a little bag together.
Yep.
There's so many places, Food for Family, so many homeless shelters, Joshua's Place. There's so many places where you can go and drop off a bag of food and it takes you 5 minutes, but you feel so good that you did a little something to help.
Yep. Now it looks like hopefully today at 4 p.m., the government shutdown will end. That is what is
beautiful.
projected. The measure right now looks like it's going to be a 60-40 with 8 Democrats joining Republicans in support, but I guess they have a slim margin of if they lose 2, it will not. So it looks like they have the commitments that will open it back up after 41 days. So we'll see how it goes. So wishing the best on that because I know that definitely does affect a lot of people. So wishing the best on that. Appreciate all your emails. You can always get them through to us. mail@kvjshow.com. You guys have a great day, and we'll see you back here tomorrow. Goodbye.